Hello, I'm Monica Galang Hunyo from Bachelor of Elementary Education, and I'm here to present my video reflective analysis on how to develop the 4 macro skills. For complete communications, we require 4 skills when learning a language. Typically, when learning language, we begin by listening, then speak, then read, and then write. The 4 linguistic skills are as follows: ability to listen, skills in speaking, reading ability, and writing ability. There are 2 connections between the 4 linguistic skills. The number 1 is the communications direction, or the in or out. The number 2, the communication channel, or spoken or written. Output is sometimes referred to as production, and input is occasionally referred to as reception. Oral is another word for spoken. Take note that the macro skills are another name for these 4 language abilities. The micro skills, which include things like grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and spelling, is contrast with this. Let's proceed to the listening skill. In the communication process, listening is the capacity to accurately hear and interpret communications. Without the ability to listen effectively, messages are easily misunderstood, communication breaks down, and the message sender can easily become frustrated or irritated. Effective listening is the foundation of all successful communication. But remember, listening is different from hearing. Hearing is limited to the noises you hear, whereas listening calls for more. It calls for concentration. Listening entails paying attention to the story being given as well as the manner in which it is being delivered, as well as the speaker's use of language, voice, and body language. It entails being conscious of both verbal and nonverbal cues. The extent to which you perceive and comprehend this information will determine how well you can listen. And here are another teaching techniques for listening. Effective contemporary listening skills instructions includes everything from interactive exercises to multimedia materials. Simple, interesting activities are the best way to acquire listening skills like interpersonal skills. Through the interpersonal activities like role-playing, interviews, and storytelling, students can improve their listening skills in a safe and effective way. The number 2 is group activities. Larger group activities are also an effective way to instruct pupils in listening skills. Start with a straightforward group activity. Encourage them to ask clarifying questions throughout the activity, and if it would be useful, let them take notes. For the number 3, audio segments or audio songs. Instructive lectures, podcasts, radio segments, and other audio communications can all be used to develop listening skills. You should practice this interactive listening approach with your pupils in class before giving them instruction on how to do it alone. For the number 4, video segments. Videos including short sketches, newscasts, documentaries, interview segments, dramatic and funny content, or another useful tool for teaching listening skills. Similar to the audio segments, choose the length and portion of the video segment based on the student's degree of proficiency. And then let's proceed to the second macro skill, which is the speaking skill. Speaking is a vital component of second language learning and teaching because it involves the act of generating and communicating meaning via the use of verbal and nonverbal symbols. In a range of circumstances, despite its significance, spoken instruction has long been evaluated by English language teachers, who have been instead focused on having students repeat drills or memorize dialogues. However, speaking instruction should aim to help students become better communicators, since only through improved communication skills will students be able to express themselves and learn how to adhere to various social and cultural norms. Before are several tactics and speaking activities that can be used in classroom setting, along with advice for teachers who teach oral language to help educate second language learners how to communicate in the best possible way. And I will give you some techniques on how to improve your speaking. We are aware that speaking is an essential component of language acquisition. In order to assist students improve their language proficiency and sense of confidence in speaking, it is crucial to teach them several key speaking techniques. In order for pupils to use speaking to learn, you, the teacher, assist them in learning how to speak through. Number 1. Using minimal responses. It is a good strategy that really works when we have learners who lack of confidence in their ability to participate successfully in oral interaction, often listen in silence while others do the talking. One way to encourage such learners to begin to participate is to help them build up a stack of minimal responses that they can use in different types of exchanges. And number 2, recognize scripts. There are some communication settings that involve a scripted series of verbal exchanges. When affected by social and cultural conventions, greetings, excuses, compliments, invitations, and other functions frequently follow patterns or scripts. Making students aware of the scripts for various scenarios will enable them to anticipate what they will hear and what they will need to say in response, which will aid in the development of their speaking skills. And for number 3, using language to talk about language. When they cannot comprehend another speaker or when they become aware that their discussion partner has not understood them, language learners are frequently too ashamed or bashful to say anything. Before we develop some activities with your students, you have to make emphasis on your students that the aim of the activity is not just to speak the more, but to speak, and these activities are taboo, role-playing, fashion statement, reporting, and etc. And let's proceed to the third macro skill, which is reading skills. When we read, we use our eyes to take in written symbols, letters, punctuations, marks, and spaces. And we use our brain to translate those symbols into words, phrases, and paragraphs that express something to us. We can read silently, in our heads, or out loud so that other people can hear. It is advised that English learners try to read as much as they can in English, because reading is a very valuable skills and activity. Important qualities that pupils should master when enhancing their reading abilities are: develop word recognition, develop comprehension, develop fluency, develop and maintain the motivation to read. And here are a few tips for enhancing your understanding abilities. Number 1, skimming. Skimming is used to quickly gather the most important information, or what we call GIS. Run your eyes over the text, noting important information. And the next one in the skimming is scanning. Scanning is used to find a particular piece of information. Run your eyes on the text looking for the specific piece of information you need. And the third one is extensive reading. Extensive reading is used to obtain a general understanding of a subject and includes reading longer texts for pleasures as well as business books. And for the last one, intensive reading. Intensive reading is used on shorter texts in order to extract specific information. It includes very close, accurate reading for detail. Use intensive reading skills to grasp the detail of a specific situation. And for the last one on the macro skill, which is the writing skill, writing is the process of expressing ideas and thoughts in a comprehensible manner by employing symbols, alphabetical letters, punctuation, and spaces. Shakespeare didn't make much money from writing. Therefore, writing can also refer to an author's labor or career. Typically, we either handwrite using a pen or pencil or type on a keyboard or typing. We often use a pen or pencil to write on a surface like paper or a whiteboard. Typically, a typewriter, computer, or mobile device will have a keyboard attached. People who are blind or unable to use their hands or see can have their ideas transcribed using voice recognition software. Understanding a language fundamental structure is necessary for writing clearly. This includes understanding grammar, punctuation, and sentence structure in English. Additionally, required are vocabulary, accurate spelling, and proper formatting. A writer may write for their own amusement or use, or for a small or large audience. A known or targeted audience may exist or it may not. Writing for one's own reason can include taking notes for academic purposes. Public blogging is an example of writing for an unidentified readership. An illustration of writing with a specific audience in mind is a letter to a friend. When writing, it's crucial to keep your audience in mind, much like when speaking. Writing can be done in a variety of ways, from informal to official or formal. Word jumbos, story with a twist, and let's write together, and etc. are examples of writing styles for young learners to improve their writing skills. And that's the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening.